So, Sean Musgrave, product manager of LG UK, here at the Optimus 3D Max at the LG booth at MWC. So this is a fantastic evolution basically from the original Optimus 3D. Very, very slim shell. Very, very premium looking design. In line with what we're actually talking about pretty much throughout most of our handsets. LG's taken pride of place in very nice silver decal. The actual camera is recessed basically against the actual back cover rather than being prominent obviously from the previous 3D handset. This handset actually features a nice 4.3-inch display. Again, stereoscopic glasses-free 3D, but we've improved the viewing angle actually on this device. It's far better. We've removed the crosstalk so you don't actually see any nausea, and as a result, we're actually able to increase the actual kind of like height, the brightness, up to actually about 550 on this particular device. So even obviously if you're looking at 3D content, you'll still be able to see it in direct sunlight while playing your games in 3D. So let's kick into one of the actual applications here. Actually, let's kick into the menu, should I say. So the menu is very similar in terms of the original 3D handset. Iconography is exactly the same. I can actually do things like collapsing the menu, opening up particular menus. We've also got 3D space still available on this device. Using the 3D button takes me directly into the 3D UI. Yeah, and even from an angle of probably about 180 degree, well sorry, 90 degree angle, I can actually still see the 3D basically in its full glory. Yeah, YouTube 3D is still there. Yeah, all the games and applications, and we still actually have a lot of the games basically from Gameloft, such as Asphalt 6, Let's Go 2, Nova 2, Splinter Cell is actually now featured on there, bearing in mind there's 14 games basically within actually the Gameloft portal. There's a couple of enhancements basically that's also been made to this device beyond just kind of like improving the 3D screen. So on this display over here, I don't know if you can actually see it, we've got a HD converter. So essentially, when you're actually kind of like throwing content up to actually a 3D HD display, it automatically converts content basically in full HD, and that's full 1080p. So let's go into a game and see obviously how that content actually works out. And the good thing about this device basically, whether it's games, whether it's video, whether it's images, basically I can do cool things like converting 3D content or 2D content to 3D on the fly. That's actually sorry, let me come out of that one. Let's go into the game converter, which is actually a feature which has been added, although it was actually kind of like added onto the original 3D. Alright, there's no games in there. Let's go into Asphalt 6 so I can actually see that, so I can actually show you. So yeah, the games converter basically was added onto the original 3D after a Gingerbread update. It's now part of the application suite basically on the Optimus 3D Max. Yep, so as you can see, that's in full 3D. And I can do cool things like, as I said, taking it down to 2D just by hitting the button. And it does it extremely quickly on the fly. Okay. This is all powered by the 1.2 Texas Instrument tri-dual dual-core processor. We've actually upped the RAM from 512 to 1 gig, which allows us to do the HD converting and obviously to improve the viewing angle and reducing the crosstalk actually on the device. Once again, obviously, you can actually increase or decrease, obviously, the 3D effects here, and I can still play the game, obviously, in full 3D glory. And for me, this is a better, much better experience than the original 3D. So yeah, that's the Optimus 3D Max here at MWC 2012.
And when's it due to arrive?
This handset's due to arrive in Q2, at some point in Q2.
Will there be a price difference between this and the original one?
It'd be roughly about the same price in terms of the actual price point. So it's kind of like a mid to high tier device.
Okay.